getting into all this climate change stuff and moving away from physics and so on, which I'm not really doing. I'm not really moving away from physics and all that sort of understanding. But when it comes down to it, and the sort of scientist I'd like to be, if any sort of scientist, I wouldn't really like to be a theoretical physicist. I don't think. I don't want to be sitting in a lecture theatre like writing equations on blackboards all the time, or stuck in some drawing cupboard or some cupboards in an ivory tower or what have you, just scribbling equations all day. I'd like to be, like, if as a physicist, I'd like to be an experimental physicist, like working with the Large Hadron Collider and things. And if I was to be a scientist at all, I mean, I'm quite an outdoorsy person anyway. I'd love to be a geographer or something, or an oceanographer, or a volcanologist, or yeah, I think oceanographer. I think that's the one I would try and choose. A lot of being at sea all the time. That seems very appealing to me. Very, very appealing. But I mean, the mainstream in climate science is obviously that we accept global warming. We don't reject the idea of man-made climate change. And it's just become ubiquitous sort of consensus now in the scientific community. I just think, like, I probably have even less chance of becoming an oceanographer than I would becoming like a theoretical physicist. I probably have a better chance of becoming a theoretical physicist than an oceanographer. And I did, after all, go for physics in the first place. It was actually my first love in science. Or like, really, would I prefer to be an astronomer? Like going out to the European Southern Observatory in Chile and so on, and like with all the big optical telescopes and radio telescopes and all this sort of stuff, or even going to space. I guess going to space would be the ultimate, wouldn't it? That would be, yeah, like really a great thing to do, to achieve. Get sent into space for some reason. But I mean, NASA though, they admit as much. They admit as much on their website, on the website for Terra, or on the NASA Earth Observatory website. They admit as much. They've only been taking daytime readings for Earth's temperature. Like, how can you do that and gain a mean for Earth's temperature? I can't put this idea down. It's terrifying to me that they can be that slapdash with science. What are you doing? That's horrifying methodology. Like, if you were to take the average of Earth's surface temperature day and night, which you could easily do, I guess, with your satellites, you'd probably take not that bad estimates from the ground, but I mean, that's sort of beside the point. And if you were to then adjust it for Earth's average temperature day and night, you'd find out that Earth's average temperature is about minus 18 degrees. It's about the same average temperature as the average temperature of the moon. That implies that the atmosphere doesn't have much bearing on our temperature at all, if any. It doesn't. The surface temperature of the Earth is about minus 18, day and night. That's what you've got to bear in mind, because like there's loads of really cold places on the planet. They all get really cold at night. Even deserts, even the Sahara Desert goes below 0 at night. It goes down to -4. Loads of the planet is covered in deserts. Do you see what I mean? It's all these sorts of things. These sorts of things that need to be taken into consideration. Which, I mean, I've just always known that. I mean, from Attenborough documentaries or whatever it is, just since I was a kid, into my unconscious mind and my subconscious mind. It's just thinking like this, like, the desert goes below freezing at night, and this little desert vole or whatever it is scuttles beneath the ground to keep warm, and all this sort of thing that's, the lovely tones of Attenborough would sort of feed my young, scientifically interested brain. And like, it's not because I'm scientifically illiterate. It's because I'm scientifically literate and I have the balls to question a consensus. That's actually why I'm saying this. I grew up loving dinosaurs and aircraft and all these sorts of things, various phases of nerddom. That's why I'm doing this now.